All right, what's going on, everybody? I had enough people ask me uh, pretty much different versions of the same question after putting my video up, and it's basically why would you use electrolysis over a traditional method of like a wire wheel or something like that? So I'm going to try to explain a little bit why you would use electrolysis over, say, like a brass wire wheel. So the process of electrolysis is actually just converting the oxidation back into iron, right? So all of the black residue that was left on this bar when I pulled it out of my electrolyte solution over there, which you can reuse that, by the way, so you might want to hold on to it so you don't have to mix it up every time you use it. But the black residue is actually iron deposits where the process of electrolysis has converted the rust back into iron. And that basically just wipes right off. Now, there are cases where the rust actually penetrates a little bit deeper, and you can see kind of the black patina that's on this bar. That's where the rust was actually really deep. And what happened is when I went through with a wire wheel or the pad, whatever you choose to remove the iron deposits with, the reason it didn't come off is because the process converted the deep penetrating rust back into usable stock for the bar. So it's actually joined back to the bar, and that's what gives it this patina. So instead of removing stock or removing the rust, you're actually gaining stock for the bar, and that's what that black patina is. And that's one reason why you may want to do this, because you're not removing any stock from the bar using this process. Now, with a wire wheel, a steel wire wheel, or an acid-based solution to remove the rust removes pieces of the bar with it down to the bare metal. Now, if you have features that are embedded in the rust, if you use a wire wheel or an acid-based solution, you remove those features because it eats the rust off, or you grind the rust away. But using electrolysis, you actually convert that back into iron, usable iron for the bar, therefore preserving your features that you want it to keep. And then you just brush off the loose iron deposits that are left on the bar. Now, I'm not going to say that this is better than any traditional method for cleaning a bar off, because I'm no expert in this. But in my personal opinion, the bar has somewhat of a natural beauty to it now because of the pitting and the patina that's left on it, and I find that attractive. Some of you might not, some of you might. So ultimately, it's your decision. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing on here is personal preference. So if you feel like it's easier and quicker for you to put a wire wheel on it, by all means, go for it. One caution I have about the wire wheels are, if you're using a steel wire wheel, you want to be sure that your steel is not harder than your bar, because if I'm not mistaken, they make different gauged wire wheels with different hardnesses. So if you get a wire wheel that is harder than your bar, you're going to start removing stock and have micro abrasions on the bar. Now, brass is softer than steel, so you don't have any abrasion on the bar, and you don't remove anything that you don't want removed. So that's kind of the down and dirty of why you would want to use electrolysis over any traditional method of removing rust. And I just wanted to explain that to you guys because I've had a lot of people ask me, well, why is it better? Well, that would be a reason. It's not necessarily better at all. It's definitely not quicker because you have to leave it sitting for extended periods of time. But it does result in a very beautiful chainsaw bar. And to close here, I've decided that I'm going to do another video that should be pretty interesting, because what I'm going to do is I have this really awesome 21-inch roller nose, Oregon roller nose, for this Dayton 2Z463 here. So I'm going to go through here and clean this thing up and degrease it. And then I'm going to give it a bronze finish. So it's going to be this color. So you have that to look forward to. I'm going to turn this, or I'm going to attempt to turn this bar this color. So that ought to be pretty interesting. And you have that to look forward to. If you want to stick around and subscribe, you'll be the first ones to know when the video drops. So that's coming in the near future as soon as I do a little bit more research and make sure that I can pull this off successfully. But you can bet I'm sure going to try. So till next time,